So we're still talking about the matter of leverage, right? My name still remains Okpe Oluwaonyi. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. Very, very, very important. It's going to encourage us a whole lot. So we stopped earlier on about talking about the easiest way to enter into poverty is if the money you are making right now is not growing at the same rate as inflation. If it's not growing higher than the rate of inflation, is one of the easiest way to really dive into poverty right now. Okay, so you need to constantly be looking at how you can double your money on a yearly basis. So your income rather on a yearly basis. So if, for instance, you are making maybe 200K monthly in 2020, and by 2021 you're supposed to be making like 400K on a monthly basis, because your cost of living will keep rising, and your lifestyle too will keep changing and demanding for more. And in 2022 you're supposed to be making like 800. 2023 you're supposed to be making like 1.6, and in 2020 in 2024 you're supposed to be making like 3.6. I mean, that's just the reality. Because if you look at upkeep, living a good life, being married, your children, having a good car, savings, building your own house, having investment, traveling around the world, you understand the reason why you really need to keep making good money. So we've looked at the word leverage, right? And let's just look at some of the, in history, some of the times where we've had some serious form of chaos. I mean, being a Christian, there's always a tendency that I move and I make a lot of references to the Bible a lot, and it's just the me, right? That's who I am basically. So inflation is not really new. Chaos is not really new. Having economic downtime is not really new. But how we react to it is what is very, very, very important. Um, how do we react? How do we react to it? That's what is very, very important, and we need to really pay attention to the details. Okay, for instance, there was a story that was shared in the Bible talking about the fact that money failed at some point in time. People were saying that, see, take us, in as much as you are going to be giving us, more or less like they are submitting themselves to slavery. They were submitting themselves to slavery just because they need to feed themselves. Because, see, we have cash. We can't take this cash. We can't shoot this cash, right? Just take us. Use us on your farm. Use us on in your burns and all of those things, in as much as you are going to be feeding me. Because at that point in time, feeding became the priority. Having food on the table became the priority, right? Okay, so that's that's that. And at every point in time in history where there have been this form of chaos, there have always been a birth of a giant that is usually once in a century, right? At that point in time, Egypt took over the world. Egypt literally took over the reign of civilization, humanity, and all of those things. Life more or less began in Egypt. Civilization, Egypt became the superpower and all of that because there was a chaos, and they took over and they took charge. Okay, during the First World War, that was Germany. It was so bad in Germany that you need to make payments before you even go and eat, right? Imagine going to a restaurant and you needed to eat, but after eating, you've budgeted 1,000 naira for the food, and they're telling you that the price of food has changed between the time you ordered for the food, you had the food, the price of food has changed. So it was so bad that time. It was hyperinflation, and during that period was the same period the biggest pharmaceutical company in Germany was founded. Two biggest automobile company in Germany too was founded the same period. And if you really ask yourself, what were the things these people saw, they were able to change their perspective on how they see the problem that was before them. Right? They were able to change their perspective. And also, if you bring it home in Africa too, there was something similar. It was so crazy in the nation of Zimbabwe. that at some point they had one note that was 1 billion Zimbabwean dollar. They were just printing money, printing money, printing money, and the currency was so bad. At some point, they could not even use their own currency to trade. They were using dollar and South African rand to do business within their own country. So that means they were not even in control of their own currency again. So it was so bad that time. And within that period, 1995 to the early 2000s, and one of the giants that was made in that period was Strive Mashiyiwa. That was Econet Strive. Strive became one of the richest man in the whole of Africa in the midst of that chaos. That was what gave birth to Econet, right? And in Nigeria, in the 80s to 80s, 81, 82, 83, something similar to happened. It was so bad that the rate at which dollar got demolished, Naira got demolished. It moved from top of the park to the back of the park. I mean, it was so bad. And that happening also gave birth to the foundation of Dangote. So that was what gave birth to Dangote Industries and whatever we know it. I mean, the company was founded in 1981. Okay. So these are realities that at every time when there are chaos, in fact, it was John D. Rockefeller that said that the best time to buy, the best time to start, the best time to do business is when there are chaos on the street. He said when there's blood on the street. And he said even if it's your own blood that is on the street, is one of the best time to really buy and to do business. So we really need to have that at the back of our mind. And now there's a lot of chaos. There's a lot of instability. What are the businesses that I can do? What are the opportunities that I can take advantage of? Now there is chaos. There are chaoses everywhere. There is instability everywhere. What are the businesses that I can really take care of? Okay. So a few facts that I really want us to really look at. And number one is that you need to be up to date in your own words, in your world, the world that you live in your business world, in your relationship world, in whatever businesses that you do. You need to be up to date. You need to understand what is happening, because one of the symbol of a time and season like this is that things change very fast. Things change very fast. So you need to up to date. What are the things that are happening in the business world around me? What are the things that are happening in the economy around me? So you need to understand it. So and you need to have an understanding that during season and time like this, when there's inflation, lenders are losers. So those that lend money are losers, because the value of the money keeps reducing, and possibility that the person that borrowed the money from you has leveraged that money to make more money, and the contract is tied to a particular percentage. Okay. So then number three is that you need to know where the chaos is happening, so that you can leverage. You need to know where the chaos, when the disruptions are happening in your home business. For instance, I do real estate, so I understand where the chaos is happening right now. I understand where the opportunities are right now. Okay. And you need to understand that there are no permanent economic situations. Economic situations comes in cycles. Economic situation comes in cycles. The same formulas, the same theories that our CBN is trying to use to solve the problem that we have right now, it has been used over and over again in Egypt. And they keep repeating the cycle, they keep repeating the cycle. If you have that at the back of your mind, you will understand that whatever we are going through right now, some people have went through it, they've come out of it, they've entered back, they've come out of it, they've entered back, they've come out of it. So you need to have that at the back of your mind, that whatever temporary gain that you see that is happening right now, it's just temporary. And you need to have that at the back of your mind, that there's possibility that is still going to change drastically. Okay. So let's have that at the back of our mind. Okay. So for instance, now in my own world of real estate, properties, cost of construction is very high. And at the same time, there's a lot of properties that are literally going for at a peanut because people are hungry. People just need money. They are selling their property off. They're selling their houses off, and at the same time, um, rent is high. So we've never had that mixture before. Normally, the normal thing is properties are expensive, cost of construction is expensive. Because rent is high, nobody wants to sell. People just want to collect rent. But now, there's a mix now. People want to sell because of inflation. They just need to hit the scarcity of this and that and all of those things. And people want to jackpot too. They want to sell their property, right? So that mix is there and is giving people opportunity and advantage. So you need to, I mean, in your own business, just understand whatever chaos that is ongoing and see how you can take advantage of it, okay? And see how you can take advantage of it. So at every point in time, there's always a chaos that is ongoing and how you can take advantage of it, okay? So that's where I'm going to be drawing curtain on this part. So next one is we are going to be looking at um, how can you leverage depth in this season and time that we have. Okay, so my name still remains Okpe Oluwa Oni. So don't forget to like, share, and do well to subscribe. Bye.